Hello. Welcome back to the Stoop. Welcome back to the Stoop Gang Basketball Association, also known as Stoop Gang Bosnia, although it's never been known to take place in Bosnia, at least not yet. Maybe in the future, who knows? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the Stoop. Welcome back. We are back with basketball. It is week 6 of the SGBA, and we have a myriad of mirror matches. What I mean by that is every team that plays each other today happens to have the same record, at least when the game starts. They probably won't when the game is over. Basket Birds and Ballers square off as the two teams at the top, both undefeated. Robots and 69ers square off as the two teams at the bottom, both defeated. Goaltenders and Crime square off at 3 and 2, and Rocks and Philosophers are both 2 and 3. Interesting thing for Goaltenders and Crime, the winner of that game will have a chance to catch the loser of Basket Birds and Ballers, especially depending on what kind of combination that is. Otherwise, it's looking like Basket Birds and Ballers is going to be a finals preview. We'll see. But a bunch of mirror matches should be good, should be grand. So with that, let's flick over here. Let's fire up our first prediction. Let's jump down to the court, I guess. First up, Basket Birds heading all the way to Planet Namek to take on the Ballers. You know, it's a good thing that Namek has, like, relatively similar gravity, I guess, to Earth. Otherwise, you'd have to have a special arena to play basketball, because they'd be jumping different. 10 minutes. Booyah. Do that. And, I guess with that, we will go ahead and pause that, and we will fire up. Hey! What up, Axion? How you doing, dude? Welcome back to the Stoop. Welcome back to the Stoop Gang Basketball Association. You're just in time, sir. You're just in time. We're about to jump into our first game, and it might be our best game of the night right off the bat. It's one of the unfortunate things about the basketball thing is the way the schedule is programmed is always in like a straight down list. So however it's programmed at the start is how it's going to be. There's not really any variability should certain matchups be maybe more marquee. But anyway, total side note. How are you doing today, Axion? Good to see you, bub. Axion, I know what I'm gonna badge next on Retro Achievements. I've been working on it today. Made myself some nachos. My headcanon is it's a Bosnian specialty. The nachos? Well, then it's perfect food for the SGBA. But the game I'm working on right now on Retro Achievements is Avatar: The Last Airbender for GBA. Yes, okay, you saw. It's good. It's actually really good. It's a lot like Legacy of Goku. Yo, Stoop Gang Bosnia.
Oh my god, I just scared
What
the
up,
shit out of
Chip?
myself because I turned around and then I turned back around.
Welcome back to the Stoop. Welcome back to the Stoop Gang. Bad about it. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, folks. I had a horrible thing happen. Now that a fair handful are here, I'd like to break some news. I started a little late because I was mad. Why was I mad? Because I fucked up. Last week, I guess, whenever I was switching between SGBA and SGFL, I forgot to make a save state at the end of the SGBA week. As a result, the data of last week was lost. Now, while we keep track of the scores and standings separately on our own spreadsheet, all of the stats that were being tracked in-game are totally fucking wrong now. And I'm really unhappy about it. But I wanted to throw that out there before we jump in. Yeah, Bosnia BTFO. I don't know exactly what that's going to entail for player awards. I wasn't planning on having as many player awards for basketball as we do for football. Should still be able to do the scoring title, fine, because that's, I mean, they show how many points anybody that would have a shot at it has in-game at the end of the game. But for, like, who was the rebound leader and stuff like that, out the fucking window. I didn't bother simming for the same win-loss. I was going to, but then realized I was really mad. But then I realized I don't need the same wins because we do the playoffs separately and we track all of the wins and the scores separately. But the reason the stats are so wrong, well, obviously they would be different, but they are like inconsolably wrong. Because when I simming the games, the game does not sim like how it runs an actual game. Because whenever I simmed the game, every fucking team dropped over 100 points. Which hasn't happened. Doesn't look like it will. Probably. At least not for a while. And fucking, like, Toadman is, like, leading the league in points after, from the worst team. But no, I didn't bother simming for the same win-loss because there wasn't a need. At first I was going to, and then it refused to work out. I did it, like, I don't know, I did it a handful of times and then was just like, fuck this. We technically don't need to. The stats are going to be fucked up anyway, and that's the not more important thing, but like the wins and losses are tracked separately. Stats for this aren't. But yeah. So, womp womp, I suck and have a bad memory. But at least I've never messed up the SGFL, right? I'm gonna just knock on some wood for that. Knock on some wood for that. Yo! What up, Loki? Welcome back to the Stoop. Welcome back. The Stoop Gang Basketball Association. Loki. If you're just joining us, yo! Fergie, too. What up, dude? Everybody getting on in. Let's go. Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. If you're just joining us, I was just explaining that, you're right, not in that specific way. And hopefully not in the way that you're referencing ever again, because we run things a little differently now in the windowed mode. It's less likely to fuck up, I think. But something has gone awry a little bit. I was just explaining that I guess forgot to make a save state. So unlike SGFL, where we there's like a program that you can run a save state through and it'll extract the stats, and then Cheb has spreadsheets and keeps track of stats for SGFL, and we do things that way. For this, there isn't something like that. We're just doing the in-game thing, but there's no fumbles to delete things, so it was fine. I'm getting a little... Okay, so... But I do need to make a save state every week in SGBA to save the progress of, you know, every set of games. I forgot to last week. before switching over to SGFL for SGFL Wednesday night games. So, while it doesn't matter for the wins and losses, which did not work out the same, because simming the games, like actually simming the games and not running, well, or, you know, just skip simming and not actually, like, simming in the game, works out completely different, and the teams score completely differently, and basically the win-losses don't matter because we track those separately on a different thing. I even have the scores and stuff, so that's all fine. But everybody's stats are so colossally wrong that they are basically corrupted for the whole season. I should still be able to get a scoring title winner because it shows the, like, game leaders at the end of every game, and I can just have a short list in my head of who's in the running. Rickard, and like a few others, and I can go through like the VODs that way, and I can at least do that, and we can probably still do an MVP, but I wouldn't feel right doing Defender of the Season, because the rebounds and steals and stuff are totally fucked, which sucks, because I'm pretty sure King Piccolo was wrecking shop on rebounds. Oh, excuse me. But I'm beside myself. Very, very unhappy that has occurred, but there isn't really, you know, a whole lot to do other than carry on. So it's either carry on or crumple it up like a piece of paper and toss it in the garbage. I'm not gonna do that, so. Yeah, time to scour the VODs. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna go through and, like, try to actively score a game by hand for all the steals and rebounds, but like I said, for the points, I can get that easily enough, but I'm gonna see that marching band. But yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating. It would be very difficult to keep score by hand, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Try to keep track of, like, anybody... Try to keep track of, like, anybody's name who doesn't have the ball. And, like, it's pretty... It's tough. You can, like, guesstimate it. And it could probably be done. I'm not gonna do it. It's fucked up. It will make me die. Give out awards based on vibes. No, we're still gonna do awards. It'll just be different. Like I said, scoring title is fine. I wasn't gonna do that many awards anyway. We should still be able to do 2 out of the 3 that I was going to do. The only one I'm not sure about is defensive player, because of the rebounds and stuff. Rebounds and steals. But scoring title will be easy to keep track of. And then, I mean, MVP, I feel like we can probably come up with a list for that. I don't know. I'm not happy about it. But yeah. I don't think it would be. No. I don't know. I'm not going to try to score it by hand. Let's jump into our first game and get this week underway. Try to put it behind us. Oh my god. What Piccolo? Oh, jeez. I thought that was Kareem. That's right. Ballers are in the white. Ballers take an early 2-0 lead. Ugh, I'm all frazzled. It's, and dude, I always discover these, like, horrible, missing the 3, Ballers get it back. I always discover these horrible, like, technical errors, like, within an hour before stream. There's, like, no time to fucking do anything meaningful to correct it. Just, oh, alright, okay, whatever. It's, every time. Every time. How do I forget to make a save state? I make so many fucking save states. My life is made of save states, and I can't remember to make a save state. It's frustrating. But yeah. Well, one good thing about... thing is, it's not just rebounds, though. It's... oh, man. Scoring this by hand would not be as difficult as scoring the SGFL by hand. That is a really nice three-pointer from Jerry West. 5-2 lead, 5-4 lead, as Raditz cuts into it. It would not be as hard as SGFL, because whenever they get a rebound, they have the ball, and so their name pops up in the corner. When they get a steal, it pokes free. Thing is, what does the game count as a steal? Because sometimes the ball will get popped loose, and it's like if they don't recover it soon enough, it doesn't count as a steal. It just counts as gaining possession, like normally. It's odd. I think I've noticed that. So I would probably be... I would worry that I'd be maybe too liberal with the steals, but other than that, they gain possession, their name pops up in the corner, so... and then otherwise, it's just, you know, who scores the bucket. I won't bother keeping track of assists because the game doesn't, so I'm not going to keep track of anything the game doesn't, because next season we'll go back to just the game keeping track of everything so I can be nice and lazy. But hypothetically... I'm not going to guarantee anything, but if it's only the last few weeks, I don't know. I might. I might, at least for the players that I know had a shot at it already. At the very least. Because I'd mainly just be doing it for the defensive stuff. Because the points, the game, I can still get it off of the screen. I don't know. I'm trying to talk myself into it a little bit. It'll be a lesson to never forget your save state ever again. I need sticky notes. I need sticky notes. I need brain implants. Heading into the second quarter, we've got a 9-8 ball game. Basketbirds up just slightly. I really like the Basketbirds road jerseys. That like kind of burnt brownish red. Looks really, really nice. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I know, because that was one of the things I was making sure, and I won't bother anymore for the rest of the season because, but at the end of every week I was showing the top of every stat category. I won't anymore because it's going to be so far off now, but I can look at that for last week and see who is in the top, and I can just track those guys. Oh, yeah. I should set that up right now. Let me see. CloudBot, timers. Add timer. Jerry West with a nice bucket. 15-10. Basketbirds extending the lead. Stoop. Sports. Save states. Make a save state. You dangus. I wish I could set it to go off at like a specific time and then every interval before that or after that instead of... Because I wanted to go off like every 20 minutes. But really I want it to go off... whatever. Start with every 20 minutes and we'll go from there. Start with every 20 minutes and we'll go from there. But, there, hopefully that helps. I will. Tattoo save state on your knuckles. Like how the guy from Korn got Jesus so he wouldn't smoke drugs anymore? Did that keep him from smoking drugs anymore? Oh, because every time he would go to smoke a drug, he'd have Jesus up in his face. That'll do it. It's either going to keep you off the drugs or make you smoke more. Piccolo with a nice bucket here. 3-point game. Hell of a segue. 19-16 basket birds. Oh, catching a foul. Piccolo getting a little rough. Yeah, right. That's I get the reasoning. Oh. Ballers calling the quick timeout. 23 seconds on the clock, trying to make it a one-score game. Maybe even less. Oh, nope. The short jumper, Wayward, and Jerry West catches the rebound. Ooh. Nick Cage gonna get a charge. Yeah, I mean, it's undeniably easier to score this by hand. Wow! Piccolo with the deep three! To tie the game with 1 second to go before half. And we will head to halftime tied up 19 all. Wow! That was fucking cool. Bravo, brava. No, but it would definitely be easier just because it even shows you who's covering the guy with the ball because the player 2 tag actually moves on the defense, unlike TSB where it's always on the like defensive end. Stuff like that. Scoring fucking TSB by hand is like... Cheb, the fact that you did that so much is incredible. And miraculous. Because at least some of the defense stuff is like basically guesswork. And the kickoff stuff is definitely. Only 4 games a week, so you have to watch 20 games to catch up. Yeah, that's the other thing. At least it happened now when there's only 8 teams, right? Instead of later whenever there's more teams and therefore more games. So, not that bad. Not that bad. It's only, what, 6, 7, 8. So it's only 3 weeks for, so it's actually, what, 16 games? So not that bad. And if I'm only watching specific players, it's not even that many, probably. Let's jump into our second half. Oh, I didn't tell you my, I wrote a preview for SGBA this week as well. I was so frazzled about the stats getting all fucked up. Allow me to... I know it's halftime, but let me give you my pick a little late. My pick was the Basket Birds for this one. I got them winning 55-50. Don't know if that final score is going to end up being right at this point, but I still like my pick for the winner. Look at that. Look at that field goal percentage. I think that's going to hold up. Let's jump into the second half. Oh, Basket Birds losing it out of bounds right away, and the Ballers will take over. Android 17 inbounds to King Piccolo, who had that stellar deep three. It might be the deepest three in the league to tie the game before half, and now they have an opportunity to take the lead. 6 to shoot. Gotta get rid of it. Nope. Wow. They just held the ball forever. Oh, and I steal for the baller. See, okay, the steals, that was really quick. Steals are also pretty rare. They're kind of like the fumbles, except they're actually tracked by the game. Cream taking the lead for the Basket Birds. Whoa! The pass cutscene! Wow, we never see that. I think that's the first time we've seen that all season. The cutscenes are so goddamn rare in this game. I don't even know about some of them. What was I saying? I don't know. I forgot. Tightly contested ball game here so far. Oh, I was saying steals. They're rare enough that I can still like just slow down to see who gets those, if need be. Yeah, I think I've talked myself into it, and I will never make this horrible error ever again. I have a timer now. I'm safe. They got 2, 1, long 3, no good. They get the offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds are still scored as just a rebound, right? I don't know. I would assume so. Oh, blocked. West to Pettit. Baylor from the key. Oh, a little bounce off the rim, but it goes in. And the Basket Birds finally break this tie. 23-21. Jumper by King Piccolo. No good. West taking it the other way. Gives to Pettit. Very slow. West. Pettit. Cage. Pettit. Slicing through. Gives to Jabbar. Oh, blocked! And they get the shot clock violation as a result. And now Perfect Cell bringing it across the floor for the Ballers. Uh-oh! Poked free! Nick Cage loses it right back! I just said steals are rare, and now they're poking it free every 2 seconds. Wait, people really only care about offensive and total? I guess because total includes offensive and defensive, and then why not specifically defensive? I just know that the game, I think, only tracks rebounds overall. So total rebounds. So that's what I guess I'll track. But yeah. I see. They take more time off the clock and more likely to lead to points than giving up a defensive rebound, I guess. Oh. Nice. West gives the Basket Birds the lead just as the quarter expires, and we head to the fourth. 27-25, Basket Birds with a very slight lead. Long three, no good by Piccolo this time. Not as long as his earlier one, but all the threes seem long when they barely shoot any. West gives to Baylor, who's been boxed out pretty good. Ballers have really... They've slowed the Basket Birds down tremendously. And that's what's really giving them a chance to hang around in here. Oh, Yo, what up, Blue? You startled me. Hey, what up, Spuds? Thanks for the points into the 7-day Survivor till. How you doing, dude? Welcome in as well. Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to the Stoop. Welcome back to the Stoop Gang Basketball Association.
It's cold in the attic.
I'm looking right at chat. You can't get me with that. I'm looking right at you. How you doing, Spuds? Good to see you. How you doing, Blue?
Sorry about that.
No worries, Kendo. No worries. Hope you guys are doing well. If you're just joining us, which it looks like you are, you're just in time for the final 2.5 minutes of our first basketball game here. A close one between the two undefeated teams, the Ballers and the Basketbirds. Basketbirds currently leading by 4. Make that 2 as Raditz cuts into it once again, 31-29. It has been a pretty good one so far. Games have been good. I fucked up and am going to have to score the last, 16 games by hand, or at least some of them, in order to accurately do player awards, but that's a whole other thing. But otherwise, they're going very well. So far, this has been a good one. This is the first of 4 tonight, and then we have SGFL Wednesday night games, and both of those, I think, are looking like they're going to be good. Yes. Got Devils Dragons, and then the Raccoon City Bowl. Stars versus Umbrella. Ooh-wee. Well, no, I can't. That's what I'm still gonna have to like write down or score by hand what who gets what rebounds and not points, but just rebounds and steals, because the points will be tallied at the end of the game. But rebounds and steals aren't shown on that screen, which is really annoying. But no, yeah, I'm not. Oh yeah, I'm. That would be, dude. Are you kidding me? With my attention span, something would break if I tried to do it like live. But no, I'm gonna have to do it after the fact. I'll probably wait until they're all done and then do them like all at once. Well, okay, so that's actually, Loki, that's another bit of lore. I do have the save state for the previous weeks, yes, Cheb. The bit with the real players is they are classic NBA players. They are specifically from at least so long ago, and the bit with teams from the Bayou, the Bayou Billies were the same way for the SGFL. Their original roster was Nick Cage and a bunch of, like, 1950s and 60s NFL players. So that's the Billies and the Basketbirds bit. That's how their original roster is themed. Because every team's original roster is themed after whatever that team is themed after. But the Billies, it's like, well, for them, I thought it would be a good bit to have, because we did a Season 0 with real NFL players for SGFL Season 0, I thought it would be a good bit to carry some of those players over on one team. And then so therefore, since I had a Bayou team for basketball, I wanted to do the same bit again. Although there was less reasoning technically this time, other than just that's what Bayou teams do. But yeah, that's what's going on there. It's just a Bayou thing. Speaking of Bayou things, Bayou pick up the Dubski 39-33. They put it together there on the final stretch. I did not make a save state after The Sims this week. There was not really a reason to. I mean, other than, like, I guess if everything crashes out in the middle. But, I mean, if we're afraid of that, I can make a save state right now. But I figured I could just... the reason why is because I figured I could just make a save state at the end of this week and it would basically be the same thing. Oh, really? I didn't make a save state. I didn't. Oh, man. Unfortunate. Here, let me record this. 39, 33, Ballers. I mean, Basket Birds get the win. Settle up the prediction. At least the music's good, right? Chick Garbanzo. Excellent. He'll be a jumping bean. Ah, okay, Cheb. Gotcha. Yeah, if you have, given the current state of things, any ideas for how to get the stats more easily, I am open to suggestions, because scoring things by hand fucking sucks and I hate it. Oh, it makes me want to just, right out the window. So, yeah. Let me know. Let's see who were our leading scorers in this game. Perfect Cell with no points and 3 fouls. You suck, dude. Perfect nothing. King Piccolo was leading with 17. That's not gonna do it. The Basket Birds really spread it around. Jerry West 11, Elgin Baylor 12, Abdul Jabbar 10, and Cage and Pettit 4 and 2. Well, all right. Well, that means that the Basket Birds are our only undefeated team left. The Ballers 5 and 1. Now it's time to find out who our only winless team will be left after this week, as the Robots head in to Stoopville, USA, to take on the 69ers. Robots at Handsome, because I can't put 69ers in the thing, or Twitch won't let it go. Yada-da-da-da. Let's see. My pick for this game, I like the 69ers, 36-22. They're both terrible, but I think the Robots are literally that much worse. We'll see. We'll see. The way today's going, I'm ready to be wrong the whole way down. Although I was right about the winner of the last one, so. But I was way off on the score. Way off on the score. All right, let's jump in to our next one. Speaking of robots, whoa, what was that? Oh, man. Was there just a giant white block that flashed? Anybody see that? Was that just me? Game's having an episode, man. Oh, man. Sports were never meant to be this cool. Both teams open with empty possessions. We have the 69ers looking to get on the board here. Levitz blocked! And now Hardman on the fast break! Slamming it down! And the Robots will take the opening lead. Uh-oh. Not looking good for my predict. Another block shot. Robots take over. Proto Man brings it across. Tobias able to get it back. Ooh, Ooh, and then fouled hard by, you guessed it, hard man. Not a hard man to find. Pretty easy to pick out in a lineup. Nice! A long two by Levitz ties it up. And we're nearly halfway through the first quarter, and both teams have managed a single bucket apiece. It's, So, since there are playoff series, we're not going to do a, like, blunder basket, but we will have a lottery. Why did I do air quotes for the lottery? No, but... So, what would be the Blunder Bowl, like, equivalent teams will be in the draft lottery. And that will be part of the postseason festivities. Or draft? One or the other. No, I think postseason. That way it's not, like, day of. Although maybe being day of would be more interesting. Well, no, because... No, well, it has to be beforehand because then the draft has to be, like, made preemptively. So, yeah, it'll be part of the postseason. We'll run a... I wrote it down somewhere because I think I planned on having, like, a really complicated wheel that lasts for, like, a few minutes or something. It might be in my DMs with Axion or something. In, like, the pinned messages in there. I'll have to check. But yeah. Because I didn't want to do... With, like... I didn't want to do, like, a full series. And I didn't want to do, like, a single game, since the rest of the postseason will be series, like, playoffs. But I didn't want to do a series of games and then make the postseason that much longer. Like, if, you know, the Blunder Baskins of going, like, a full 5 games. Or I guess it could have been just, like, a 3-game series. But I thought it'd be neat to just have a draft lottery, since it's basketball. And it's just going to be the bottom 2 teams this time, just like how the top 2 teams are going straight to the finals. But next season, I'm planning on expanding the playoffs, and I think I'm also going to expand the draft lottery to, and that'll be how it kind of sets apart from the Blunder Bowl, is instead of being 2 teams, it'll be the bottom, like, 4. Which will be more noticeable after a round of expansion. Yeah, it's basically a draft coin toss. For this first one. And then the next one, it'll be like 2 draft coin tosses. But it'll be I'm gonna have a wheel, and then it'll be 50 wedges apiece. And it'll run for like 5 minutes or something. It'll be a nice long wheel that just sits there and spins, and it's nice and tense. And we'll wonder. It'll be one of these 2 teams, too, because, like... I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but, oh my god, the robots are doing that thing where they just foul people over and over. Alright, Levitz is on the line. Misses the first. And misses the second. Wow, I guess the foul tech was a good strat. As the robots... Woo! Miss an easy layup. Proto Man, what are you doing? But yeah, it should be fun. Maybe it'll be a wheel and I'll set it for 20 minutes and then it'll last the length of a Blunder Bowl game. But it'll just be a wheel spin. I did not play Neopets. That sounds fucking insane. A wheel that spun for 1 to 4 hours, and you had to, like, actually sit there on the page and wait for it to stop?
I'm not thinking about going that hard, but, you know, maybe 20 minutes or like 10 minutes or 10, 15 minutes, something like that would be a pretty good meme. Especially once there's like more than 2 teams on it. But, you know, obviously this first season, everything is kind of serving to be proof of concepts. That's why we're only doing the 1 playoff series, and then we're only having the 2 teams in the lottery. It's all just kind of proof of concept, and then I'm going to expand on it as we go, just like we did with SGFL. I knew about Neopets. I just didn't have one. I don't think I had a computer like in time. But like I knew of them. I just didn't have access to them. The Wheel of Monotony. Okay, but you could do stuff in other tabs. Well, that's good. Oh, wow. You have to actually, like, click on it. That's so, like... shitty. What kind of prizes would they be? And would it feel worth it to your kid brain? Oh, really? Oh, well, that, I mean, that kind of... Oh, shit! Toadman just fouled out! I think that's the first foul out we've ever had. Toadman just going too hard. Levitz hits 1, misses the second. It's a 1-point game. Low scoring affair as well. Toadman's their best shooter. That's going to be rough. A lot of them were definitely worth it. Well, that's good. Even the worst prizes were still pretty good. That's good. That's not as exploitative as it sounds, maybe. But still pretty up there. Oh, well then, like, so... Then, yeah, so, like, no matter what, it would have been... Like, more, like, time effective. But also probably, like, more boring. What? I disagree. They got that shot off. That was a bum shot clock violation. I don't know why they were holding it for so long, but, well... That's halftime. 18-13, Robots lead. Toadman fouled out in the first half. 2 very bad teams playing very bad basketball against each other. I did not. What is the normal foul out limit? See, I thought it was 5. But then somebody, I think, hit 5 last week and didn't foul out. But then this week they hit 6. It is 6? Oh, okay. Well, they hit 6 and they fouled out, so. Oh, it's 5 in NCAA. Okay, that's probably where I'm getting that from. Oh, okay. But no, yeah, I didn't alter the foul out, like, threshold or anything. Or the timeouts or anything. Frankly, I'm not sure how. So it didn't even occur to me to do that. But yeah, the sim game stats are definitely fucked up. On to the second half. It does occur to me if I could. I'm not sure if there's probably a way. But it's probably complicated.
it might not necessarily be worth the risk of fucking other shit up. But if like ideally, I'd probably cut like a couple of timeouts off because they don't need 7 for 4-minute quarters. But it's also not really that big of a deal because they both get them. Honestly, it would be. It's probably unlikely for an SGBA team to go through all of their timeouts because they actually have 9 because they have the 7 regular timeouts and they have a couple of, what are they, 2-minute timeouts or whatever. So, but yeah, no, didn't mess with it. Still a 5-point game here. Robots 22, 69ers 17. There's a huge mix-up happening on the floor, and it looks like Tobias will come away with a pushing foul. Robots retaining possession. Gutsman in the game, filling in for Toadman, who fouled out earlier. Yo, what up, Ricky? Welcome to Stoop Gang Bosnia. How you doing, dude? Games are going okay. First game was good. This is our second game so far. It has been a squalor fest. Both of them are bad. This is our 2 winless teams, each battling it out to see who will stay winless. And they are both just not very good. But at least playing each other close, which we expected. But yeah, so far so good. How you doing? How you doing? It'll be a tie. It can't be a tie. It's basketball. They'll find a way. Dingleberry be a tie. I mean, more likely. No ties in Bosnia. That's right. Bosnian rules. No ties. Yeah, Tecmo NBA is definitely a lot less popular than Tecmo Super Bowl, but it is solid, honestly. I don't think it plays nearly as well, but as far as for these purposes, works really well. IMO. And I used the Super Nintendo version as a kid and did the same thing just with the built-in teams. I ran leagues of this game, Tecmo Super Bowl, and the baseball game. They don't have a very good baseball game on NES, so until I'm more effective at Super Nintendo hacking, which maybe never. That shit's hard. Baseball's probably not happening in the same vein, but anyway, sidetracked. They're good. It's good. Tecmo Super Bowl was definitely their most popular, but Tecmo was honestly pretty top at making sports games back in the day, and their other sports games are pretty underrated. They overshadowed by like Double Dribble and like Ken Griffey, stuff like that. Okay, the soccer game is barely a sports game. The soccer game is very weird. I checked it out actually. I think after you mentioned it like last season of SGFL or Key. And I checked it out, and it's got like a story mode, and like it's nothing but the cutscenes. And you like make choices in menus, and then like the cutscenes play out and decide what happened. And it's fucking it sure did. Here, I'll fix it. So it's very strange. It's not like any of the other Tecmo sports games. So that one being an outlier. But the others are solid. Stand by that. '69ers nursing a 1-point lead here in the fourth quarter. 27. Oh, make that 29-26. There we go. Star you, I summon thee. All right, Spinnerack. That's a Pokemon. What about the Little League baseball game for NES? I have not played it.
I did not know there was a Little League baseball game for NES. Unless, like, wait, what is it called? Is it just called, like, Little League Baseball? '69ers actually starting to pull away here. I'm trying to think of what the I mean, there's a shit ton of baseball games on NES. It's just a matter of if they like have the tools and the gameplay features that would make for a good stoop sport. There's 3 different versions of Tecmo Soccer? Well, the NES version is the version I'm talking about. Probably the version Loki saw Areno, I guess, play. Little League Baseball Championship Series. Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. There are, like, literally 25 baseball games on NES, but only, like, a couple actually have, like, decent hacking tools, and of those, I don't know, I don't really dig their vibe, you know? They don't pass the vibe check. Gotta pass the vibe check. It would be really nice if I could use a Tecmo baseball game, but I mean, honestly, we're lucky that there's even tools to hack the basketball version of Tecmo so that this can be a thing. So I will not look a gift horse in the mouth, or I don't want to seem greedy. Oh, long 3. Kilgore is off. Man. Gutsman bringing it across. Robots, final minute. Down by 3. Down by 2. Hardman slamming it down. 48 seconds to play. 69ers bring it across the floor. Squaw slams it down. 33-30. Robots. Mega Man. Off target. 69ers have it. 30 seconds to play. Slambert lays it up and in. That's going to probably make it pretty good. Sorry, that final minute got a little hype there for a second. Oh, the guy from Game Center CX. Okay, see, I've seen Game Center CX. Game Center CX is cool. I don't know if they still have, if there's still that Twitch channel, but there used to be a Twitch channel in the retro category that would just show Game Center CX episodes on loop. And 69ers pull away with it. Robots are the winless team. Woof. 35-30. 69ers get the dubski, and they did it at home. Good for them. Good for them. Let me see. There's Tecmo Cup soccer game, which is basically an RPG based on Captain Tsubasa. Okay, it's based on Captain Tsubasa. That makes sense. But it's not a Captain Tsubasa licensed game. But it is definitely calling on that. Okay. Nintendo World Cup. Then there's Tecmo World Cup Soccer, which is more arcade-like and an actual soccer game. What system is that on? Tecmo World Cup. Oh shit. Oh.
All right, well, more on that later. More on that later. That looks pretty good. That looks like it might be okay. Oh my. That looks like it might be alright. That channel finally got shut down for good, I think. The Game Center CX one, that sucks. But, I mean, that's the fate of pretty much all channels that do that kind of thing. Maybe it'll come back. Oh, it is an actual Captain Tsubasa game, just localized. Oh, weird. Okay. Did they redo any of the sprites? Cause like the main character is like some blonde dude. Like your stand-in or whatever. And isn't Captain Tsubasa like brunette? Maybe? I don't know. Fair enough. Maybe. Yeah, dude, Cheb, we're setting up to be able to have something on all the time. And I am constantly looking to expand. I still want to do wrestling eventually. I kind of let off the gas on that, but it's still something I'm, you know, that's still something I'm looking at too. It's fun. It's fun. Oh, let's see who our top scorers in this game was. Levitz with 13. Man, the 69ers are bad. And then Hardman with 14. They are not good. They are not good. Yeah, trying to get some wrestling up in here. To, you know, go with the boxing. All right. Congratulations, 69ers betters. Let's go. Really? Okay, see, that's good. Because that means that there's probably tools for it already, which is very important because I cannot invent any of that shit. But I can learn how to use it. Hopefully. I can futz with it and figure it out eventually. And you know, I mean, we have to have custom teams or it's not still sports. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's strong intel. Oh, snap. Are we actually going to get a Stoop Cup before the next World Cup? I wasn't sure if it'd be possible. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Ooh, I got his ass, too. Buzz around me, you dumb little dingus. Okay, let's fire up our next prediction. Oh, I was gonna say, I remember I already had some, like, ideas for how I would do a Stoop Cup if we did have soccer. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, I should probably wait until I get a look at the actual hardware before I let my mind race too much, but I hope I'm feeling hopeful. I'm getting some ideas. My mind be percolating. Goaltenders at crime. There is no need to monk us. All good things on the horizon. Just saw a video of someone who put the Cater World Cup in the game. That's, yeah. Okay, that's comparable to, like,
TSB ROMs because they do every year new TSB ROMs. A few different versions of a yearly TSB ROM will come out with like updated rosters. So that's cool if they do the same thing for this soccer game every World Cup. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm gonna look at it tonight. Why do they have to have 50 different fucking games with the same like 3 words just in different orders? Tecmo Cup, Tecmo Soccer World Cup, Tecmo Cup World Soccer Cup. What? Nintendo Cup? Stop! Please! I'm so confused! Oh, Jesus. Alright. Well, anyway, thank you, Ricky. For clarifying. That's... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man, I'm excited now. Now if we can just find a hockey game... Oh, baby! We get all our team sports covered. Then we could find cricket. Stoop cricket? You guys would watch that, right? Right? It's fun. I promise. Stoop rugby? Huh? Jonah Lamu? Huh? Or the Stoop version, Lona Jamu. Because, you know, spoonerisms. Anyway, all right, let's jump into our next game. You'd watch all that shit. You can as long as it's not like a you know, as long as it's a regular bad word. I mean, one of our players is, I think he's retired now, but we have a fat horse cock and a long horse cock. So their names can be a little crass from time to time, for sure. Yeah, Spuds has put Shart. Axion has put Shart also, actually. No relation. It's probably fine. Edward Shitman? That's fine. That's fits right in. Fits right in. How are the tournaments structured now? Like, is it double round robin? For what? Oh. Oh my gosh, I should have eaten more today. It's alright. That's alright. We're moving at a good pace. Crime and Goaltenders hanging with each other pretty good here. Are you saying for SGBA or SGFL? They work differently. Or do you mean... I apologize for my confusion. I'm very eager to explain. For this regular season, there's only 8 teams. But what we did in SGFL when there was only 8 teams is we did round robin and we only had 7 regular season games. But yes, exactly. But for this, to round it out to 8, I randomly paired the teams into what are called duos. And that's reflected on the standings page. Duos 1 through 4, and the duo partners play each other twice. Those are the games that play each other twice. And I believe that's just at the start and at the end of the season. They bookend the season with games against each other, and then the filling. The bread is the duo games, and then the filling of the sandwich is the rest of the season, playing everybody else. for your other 6 games. And that's how we'll probably do it again next season, because I'll probably wait until Season 3 to do expansion. I'll expand the playoffs next season, but not the teams, and then the following season we'll expand the teams. That's the roadmap right now. That's for SGBA. SGFL works differently because we have twice as many teams, and we have them split into divisions and conferences already. But the plan is to eventually split SGBA into divisions as well, and then eventually conferences as well once there are more teams. But it's got to be... I wanted it to have the same kind of gradual build that the SGFL did. Oh, shit. Oh, my chair almost gave out on me, but it's okay. It's all good. Anyway, Oh, God bless! That's a hard foul right at the end of that. That'll be an and one. No good. Let me see. What was I? Yeah, the plan is to eventually, once there are more teams, split them up into divisions and then do conferences and stuff. And it'll be closer to what the SGFL is now. The way SGFL works now is, the 4 divisions are always the same. We change the conference. Hypothetically, we change the conferences. So the same divisions aren't necessarily paired together in the same conference. 2 divisions per conference, but we, in theory, rotate that around. Hasn't actually happened yet, but... and then you play 10 games in the regular season, 6 games from your 3 division rivals, and then 4 more games from playing each member of the other division in your conference once, for a total of 10. And then, so the only interconference games are the Super Bowl and the Bronze Bowl, and the Blunder Bowl can be, but is not guaranteed to be, because the Blunder Bowl is between the bottom 2 teams by record, not necessarily bottom 2 teams from each conference. I think right now it's working out that it's the bottom 2 teams from each conference, but 1 or 2 weeks ago it was actually the bottom 2 teams of one conference. However, it'll end up shaking out at the end. You know, we'll see, but... yeah. That's a quick, like... rough, quick explanation of how the regular seasons run. For the playoffs this season, since I want it to be kind of proof of concept, we're only going to do the 1 series, because it's the first time we're doing the playoff series, so just going to do the 1 and see how it works. Best of 5, and it'll be just the Stoop Finals. Top 2 teams from the regular season will play. And the bottom 2 teams will be a part of a draft lottery for the first pick. Next season, we're going to expand it to top 4 are in the playoffs, and bottom 4 are in the draft lottery. There we go. Sorry. But yeah, it's something that will obviously like grow and expand and evolve over time, and refine over time, just like the SGFL did. The goal is to be the SGFL, but basketball. In as many ways as possible, because the SGFL is pretty good. So it's good. It's a good template to try and follow. Good formula. Look at me milk. Look at me go. The Crime kind of milking the goaltenders right now, running off on them, 30-19. Haven't really seen the goaltenders be stifled in this way, despite being 3-2. Their 2 losses were, you know, they were not held in check so heavily. I mean, one loss they scored 60, and then the other they scored 39. So they're being kept really in check by the Crime so far. The SGFL is pretty good.
Pretty good.
SGFL's pretty good. Oh, God. Dude. Every time I watch Pretty Good, I've been watching Pretty Goods again recently, and I'm just starting to, like, kind of fall off of them again because you just watch them so many times, but every time I watch them, I'm like, man, I wish there was more than fucking 12 of these. I know, like, Chart Party is also, like, kind of an extension of that, and then, like, Dorktown is, you know, and those, but there's just, they're a little different. They're a little different. Pretty Good, we've talked about this before. Pretty Good has a, you know, this certain quality of, like, it's just a story that specifically John wanted to tell in his specific way. I don't know. There's something about them, right? Anyway, SGFL's pretty good. I see it said I was wondering how you go about doing a soccer league. Teams are usually split into different leagues based on skill, right? Teams in the same league play double round robin. Top 2 or 3 teams move up a league, and 2 or 3 bottom teams move down. Then at the end of the season, they play a double or single elimination tournament. No, it's super ambitious and probably far in the future, but I was... Well, I mean, if that game is capable of housing... something similar to what we do for SGFL, even. Or even just, like, you know, just similar. It really depends on what the game is capable of, but... Based on what you've told me, I'm feeling optimistic. I don't know shit about soccer. I will probably... My first thought is since I know that they kind of do, like, different phases for their seasons, kind of like you said with how they'll have, like, league play, and then they'll have a tournament. So for boxing, what kind of set it apart was, for stoop boxing, what set it apart from the team sports in structure was that it had a season thing, and then it had an off season, and then it had the Power Tower tournament. And it was like two separate sections that made up a whole season. I was thinking of combining that idea with the team sports. And doing something where a full soccer season would be like league play, which would be seasonal, week-to-week stuff, similar to how we do SGFL and SGBA. In my head, that's how it's working. I know soccer doesn't do a draft, but we would probably do a draft just because that works for us. And would be more because the teams don't sign players and shit. I don't know. I like the idea of teams promoting and demoting. So maybe instead of having separate divisions based on, like, location or just, you know, arbitrary reasons, they could be sectioned based on skill, based on, you know, win-loss or win-loss as of late, or however. But have that, and then based on how that shakes out, have that determine the seeding for the big tournament, the Stoop Cup or whatever, and have it be kind of like that. I know that's a very general idea. That's what I've got so far for it. I don't know how that sounds. I hope that sounds kind of cool. That's my idea for it so far, just based because I'm definitely going to combine aspects of the sports I know, like as far as, like, scheduling and stuff like that. Like, it'll work, like, week to week, and like play out very similar to a football season, just like how basketball season is playing out similar to how a football season would, just because that's what I know and what is manageable to me. But I would want it to also have its own nuances, right? And things that makes it work the way that it does specifically. So, yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Any suggestions on how soccer works specifically that I can then take and pull from would be welcome. Because I don't know shit. But yeah, definitely ambitious. I wouldn't expect to see it like by the time the next SGFL season is, even. I will, Streamlabs. God. But, again, depending on, you know, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and make any promises, because I haven't actually even fucked with the game. But if it's already got, like, hacking tools and stuff, then we could probably do something if we can put custom teams in there. And maybe hopefully do it by like the end of the year. That would be what I would shoot for. But and then I'll have an update. Ask me again next week how plausible it is, and I'll have a much more definitive answer for you because I'll have looked at it. Let's get into the second half of what's been a rough one for Acania so far. Crime shooting 80%. How about that? If you have Stoop Gang League every night of the week, it's gonna ruin my life. Well, don't worry, Loki. I'm very conscientious of burnout. That's the whole reason we do like off seasons and gaps between is to, well, one, for burnout of any one specific league, and two, to like have build up between seasons. It adds more weight to like to the seasons, I find, whenever there's like even just a couple of months between them, because it's that much more build up to the championships and stuff like that. So it's should be okay. I don't think we'll ruin your life. We're only looking to improve it. Only looking to improve. Well, we'll see. I think the game uses World Cup rules, which is 32 teams. Teams split up into groups of 4, which plays a round robin. Then the top 2 teams play a single elimination. Well, as long as it has an exhibition mode where you can still access all 32 of those teams, that means we have basically 32 team slots to work with. I don't know how big the rosters are. I would assume they're probably somewhere in the 10 to 20 range. Because you need at least, what is it, 12 on the field per person? Or per team for soccer? Is it 11? 11, because it's the same as football, right? Or is it 12 because the goalie? I don't know. But if it has an exhibition mode, we can structure things however we want. Ideally, there would be a season mode that we could then like edit the schedule for. Because then you could have injuries and stuff like that. But but as long as it has exhibition mode, we can set up a thing however we want. Yeah, exactly. We only started using season mode for TSB, and then I use it for SGBA also, which there hasn't even been any injuries in SGBA. But we only use season mode basically for the injuries. Otherwise, everything used to play through just preseason mode, because all you really need is for the... You just need to be able to put the teams that you made into the game against each other. The bare minimum. Being able to do season mode does add a lot of other stuff, obviously. being able to have the schedule like built into the game is nice. Being able to have some of the stat tracking built into the game to like look at is nice. And then having the injuries for that extra like layer of you know, dynamics and depth is another good part of it. But yeah, we still fundamentally break it season. Yes, it could not technically actually, we couldn't actually use season mode to its end point. One, because our schedule setup is too wonky, and two, because our playoff structure is too different for football. But yeah. We need another Punch Jones Tower. It'll be the Clive Cliveson Tower next time. And don't worry, Spuds, we will. It's, what, like 4 weeks from now, roughly? Roughly a month from now, we'll be having Boxing Season 2 will return. Season 2 will ultimately determine the seeding for the next Power Tower. So it'll be a little while before the next Power Tower, but it is on the distant horizon, and Boxing is right around the corner, which will, you know, lead into that. So, I know. I'm looking forward to Boxing big time. I think Boxing Season 2 is going to be really, really good. Season 1 was so fun. So, Season 2 is going to kick ass. My suggestion, find a way to incorporate a round robin or double round robin, then elimination cup. Although some cups use round robin. But the most important thing is the round robin season. Winner gets 3 points, ties get 1, losses get 0, right? Basically a staple of tournament play. Gotcha. Okay. What do they call that system? Is that the Swiss scoring system? Or is it just called like a tournament point system? There's a specific name for it. So I can look up the rules for it and specifically. No, but no? Is Swiss something else? $50-35 crime. Taking care of business on Acania. I did not expect this. Dude, my pick for the I've been really bad about telling my picks today, but my picks was goaltenders 58-40. Way off. Way off, dude. Here, I'm gonna turn on the AC. It's hot. All right. That ought to help cool me off. But yeah, excuse me. I would want to have, as far as season structure, I would want it to basically play out as close to how that sport typically plays out. For like the regular season structure. SGFL has a few more nuances because it's grown a little more. And like they'll all eventually, but as far as if there's any specific like I knew when we did basketball for the playoffs, I want to have series instead of just single elimination, right? Because that's just, I want to do playoff series. It's cool. So like things that are like unique to soccer, I want to make sure to have nods to. No idea how it's called. It's just tournament scoring. I can find it. No problem. Swisses make a number of rounds equal to the closest number. What? Wait, closest power of 2 to the total number of participants.
Start with random pairings, then each round new pairings against other participants with the same record that haven't already played each other. Oh, that's crazy. That sounds pretty neat, actually, though. They use that for tennis or something? What uses that? Is it tennis? Tennis uses that.
Chess? Maybe chess? I'm just shouting things that are competitive sometimes.
Ah, chess uses it, not tennis. Okay, okay. Guarantees an undefeated participant if there's no ties. Interesting. Huh.
Really? Magic the Gathering uses Swiss? Huh. Well, for soccer, we'll use the tournament scoring method. It'll just be shrunk down because we'll start with just 8 teams like we do with did with SGFL and like we have with SGBA, because it's just easier. It's just more manageable to start with a smaller number, and it means we can start sooner. And so we'll do a shrunk version of whatever round robin stuff we need to do. I'll figure it out. I'll look up how soccer works and figure it. Let's take a look at our leading scorers. Rosenberg with 28 and Kent Paul with 26, while Tommy Versetti and Carrington had none. Lance Vance had a couple, went 1 for 6. My God. Balling out. Look at them. And then Rickard held relatively in check, 14. Anna had 16. Everybody else pretty butt. No good. Two to the power of 3, so you get 3 rounds. I get that. First round, totally random pairing. Second round, the 4 1-0s play each other. And the 4 0-0s that will leave you will 2-0. 4 1-1, 2 0-2. Then round 3, 2 0s would play. The 4 1-1s, the 2 0-2s. Would be left with 1 3-0. And then that person would be just the winner. See, okay, but... Okay. So what that tells me is that Swiss would not work for a stoop sport, because there has to be a championship match. There has to be a final conclusive game. It's just too juicy. Unless we start doing chess tournaments, then I guess we don't have to do that. I don't know. Huh? Stoop chess? Huh? You in? Well, I'll boot up Nest Chess and we'll watch Black play White every single night until we get sick.
I assume there's a Nest chess game. It's just, I mean,
it's easy to program. If you start with 8, then I'd recommend double round robin. Then as it expands, reduce it to single round robin. Well, the thing is, I also want it to, like, if I'm gonna do it week to week, I want it to not take 6 months to do. So there's going to be some concessions on. Like, it's going to be different than real life. It will be reminiscent, but like, I'm not gonna do 16 weeks of regular season with just 8 teams, and then what? When I expand eventually to 16 teams, do 32 weeks in a row? No way. So
But a round robin, I'll probably end up doing something similar to the duo thing to start with, and then it'll get closer to something more traditional as time goes on and it expands. Dude, no way. One of the like main features of a stoop sport is that it doesn't take as long. Well, that's kind of all right. The seasons are still long, but the game-to-game stuff, well, I'm kind of losing the plot here a little bit. Yeah, I know baseball lasts a long time, but like I'm not gonna have a stoop. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Then we'd end up with 2 seasons every year and a half instead of every year. No, you're losing me. Let's queue up our next game. Oh, and settle up the prediction on that one. All right, final basketball game of the evening. We've got the Rocks and the Philosophers. Congratulations, Axion. Won a single season of Stoop Baseball to meme length. 2 years of regular season. Oh my god. The first season of Stoop Baseball will be the only season of Stoop Baseball. It'll just never end. we'll just meet every week and play some more games, and we'll just tally up we'll just tally up the records. And then at the end of time, whoever has the best record wins. Let me see. Oh, I guess the 2-2-0s would be the championship match in that case. Yeah, I missed that. In bigger competitions, they'll do a top cut. 4-8-16. Okay. I like that. X-Wing does Swiss for their tournaments, too. Got me thinking about Stoop chess now. Got me thinking about Stoop everything. Go Rocks. They're gonna try. They're gonna try. Let me see. Who do I have picked? I like the Rocks in this one. I have them 44-40 in overtime. I think this is gonna be a really close one. But I've been pretty off so far tonight, so we'll see. Isn't that how normal baseball works? Yes, it's actually, we're still playing the 1920 season all these years later, or the 1901, whatever. It's just, every once in a while, they just add a new team mid-season. I mean, you know, why not? Axion, you agree with the infinite baseball season? See, you guys say that, and you think you're really funny, but then I'm going to be sitting here alone talking about baseball. After about 6 months, I'll be sitting here by myself. Oh wow, look at that. We're almost at the end of the basketball season. That X. So this would work well if you come up with a sport where you can feasibly maintain a lot of teams but don't want a super long season. Like if you had 32 teams, you could do a 5-round Swiss, then like a top 8 cut. See, that would be interesting for the soccer thing to me. Eventually, if we were to fill up the whole thing with 32 different teams, because that's apparently the slot, or the max amount of teams, hypothetically. Entirely hypothetically. Obviously, we wouldn't start there, but like, and then if we do like a, I don't know. Swiss also means that like your schedule isn't planned out all season. It's made week to week. You just know what the record pairings will be, but not what the actual matchups will be. How do you if there so when in situations where there's like more than 2 people or teams with the same record, how do they decide who plays who? In those, is it just random? Is it based on tiebreakers? But yeah, like that seems like a, I don't know. Because in my head I want like soccer to feel like fleshed out enough, but also not be super duper long. Like ideally it would take like 8 to 10 weeks. Similar to like boxing and basketball to start, and then it would work its way up to maybe like 12 weeks. You know, that way it's like tops, right? Because you still have to be able to fit it in with the other sports leagues. The more sports leagues I add, the more I then have to manage relative to each other also and make time for, which I want to, but it's a, you know, it's a stack of Jenga. Random, except you can't play someone you already have. Okay, so that's the determining. That's the major determinant. Okay. Interesting. Let's jump into our final basketball game of the evening. My mind is racing with possibilities for the future. Let's see what the Philosophers and the Rocks have in store for us. Rocks in the gray, Philosophers in white, here in their forest green arena. And, my goodness. Drawing a foul on the first shot and turns it into a three-point play to open the game. How you like that? It's pretty good. Gotta love the road gray. I told you their road uniforms look good. I think I mentioned that last week. Round robin with 8 teams or 28 games. Yes. What's your point? Shit. Because that still has to play out. If we do it week to week, it still has to play out over 7 weeks. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't. It's not the number of games isn't the problem, but like I don't like the idea of like, well, we'll do like 8 games tonight, or we'll do like 6 games tonight, and then like the team's records are like uneven after a week, or like they haven't played the same number of games every week, or it's just not like playing out like an actual season. I'm very, very stringent on my lifelike simulation. So it would still take like a long time. But even then, that's not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna do what I can for soccer. Wait a minute. No, wait. No, well, hang on. I just had an idea. So, like, hypothetically, if there's 8 teams and you split them into 2 groups of 4 and then did a double round robin that way, then we get the 8 games I want for a regular season. I didn't think about it like that. And that's actually pretty decent. And then you get your interleague play in the tournament. That'll be seeded from that. So that could work. It would be 6? Oh, yeah. Because they'd be... Yeah, that's right, math. My bad. Well, then I don't know, you throw in a couple of interleague games, I don't know, to round it out. I mean, it's Stoop Sports. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Well, no, not if it's only in their group. Right? Wait. Yeah, because I'm thinking you take 8 teams and split them into 2 groups of 4, and then each group of 4 plays itself in a double round robin. And that would be 6 games. But I don't hate that. And then you could throw in a couple of interleague games to round it out to 8 for a decent regular season. And those could be based on record. The first season, they would just be random. But, oh my gosh. Okay, is the OG Mario Kart hackable? So I've thought about doing Stoop Gang Racing, and I've looked at a few different games. I didn't want to use a Mario Kart. I'm not sure if they're hackable to put, like, custom sprites in and stuff. If that were the case, that would be cool. But it would be... Oh man, that'd be a lot of work. But that would be cool. But I didn't want to use like Mario characters to be like representative of Stoop teams, and none of the like Gran Turismos or Midnight Clubs or fucking any of those let you spectate. And just watch a race against with the AI playing itself. So I just haven't found a racing game that really fits the vibe. But Stoop Racing is another thing that I'm super open to. Especially like something like that. If it was just the cars, like you don't even need to do that much work. You just need to change the names, because anybody can drive a car. Whatever color car and model car, like that's, so In my head, it should be easy, but there aren't any games that really want to facilitate it. But yeah, that's racing, wrestling, soccer, hockey are all. Oh, and baseball are all things that I am interested in doing. Some I am closer to accomplishing than others. What would that make? 8 different? Oh my god! I don't know when I'll do anything else, but you know, in the event that I ever achieve that, but I've thought about all of those as possibilities that I would be interested in doing. Here we are at halftime. 15-9. Zanzibar on top. Both of these teams are shooting abysmally. 36.8% for the Philosophers and 25% for the Rocks. Each of them better hope they have a better second half. Terrible. It's a terrible game by both of these guys. Let me see. I'm saying. What else do I really even need? I mean, it would just be cool to, to be able to do all of those different things. You know? How does a single... I have to be confused, because a round-robin style tournament, everybody plays each other once. And in a double round-robin, they'd play each other twice. So a group of 4... Are you saying that the groups of 4 would play each other also? Are they only measured? Why are they split into groups of 4? Because in my head, I'm saying I'm seeing each group of 4 only plays that group of 4. Oh, are you saying? Oh, total number of games? Oh my gosh. Yeah, total number of games doesn't really matter. Not that much, really. I'm more concerned about I guess number of games per week and how many weeks it will take if every team plays once a week. Okay, right. Okay, no, then we are on the same page. I'm so sorry. We are on the same page. Okay, I got you. Yeah. So a double round robin, it would be 6. Okay. All right. I'm not sure how I was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're on the different pages of the same book. But yeah. Okay. I'm up to speed. So yeah, that sounds good. And then I know it wouldn't technically be accurate, but I would like to or well, actually, I guess no, because you just wait until expansion, because eventually expansion will make the season longer anyway. So that's nice as a proof of concept kind of thing. 6-game regular season, and then from that, I guess you would seed a tournament. And what, do you just seed everybody? And then I want to work... I really like the idea of, promotion and demotion. but that might have to wait until a round or two of expansion, when there's more teams for that so we can split them up into more groups. Okay, top 2 from each group. Okay. Or top 1 in some cases. Okay. Gotcha. We'd probably go ahead and do top 2. Well, first season. No, if it's single elimination, which it would be, we'd go ahead and do top 2 probably. From each. Wow, nice bucket. 23-19 heading into the fourth quarter. This is an insanely low-scoring game. Another bouncy bucket for Schneider. 25-19 Philosophers. Up by 6. Yo, what up, Dennis? Thank you for the points into the challenge, Till. How you doing, dude? Welcome back to the stoop. Your Birds did play. Your Birds are the only undefeated team left in the Stoop Gang Basketball Association. How do you feel about that? Going to promotion and relegation in Atlantica eventually, but it's tricky if there's a bunch of groups. Oh, that's it. My bad. Loki and Ricky's usernames are the same color. I'd be getting some confused sometimes. Yeah, it seems like I think it would be tricky to do with just 8 teams because I don't know what. Because I could see like. Oh man, I could see it being like top 2 groups are seeded into the playoffs and the third group isn't. And like promotion, but when would promotion and demotion take place? I'd see that stuff. I need to look into how that stuff works typically, and then I'd have a better handle on how to implement it myself. Because I really like the idea of it. But yeah, not sure if it. I don't know that it would be there right away, just because there wouldn't necessarily be room for it, unless there would be. Then there would be. Yes, caw-caw. Yes, I definitely will. Cause I don't know shit about soccer. And while, like I said, it's definitely going to be structured differently than real life. It's gonna be a stoop sport. It'll. I want it to be, you know, obviously soccer. Lowest 1 or 2 teams get demoted, and the champion or top 2. So so in the case of like starting with 8 teams and in the 2 groups of 4, I guess you would just have the team. So like say, okay, you've got group 1 and group 2. Your qualifying, your tournament qualifying teams from group 2 would be promoted to group 1 next season. The 2 teams that don't qualify for the tournament from group 1 would get demoted to group 2 the following season. Everybody else would stay where they are. I like that. And then you can apply that, you can apply that to, as many more groups, 3 groups or 4 groups, I guess the same way, right? Yeah. And just the groups would all well, the groups aren't always the same. The groups are the groups would change based on those changes. Basically need to be running multiple leagues concurrently. See, that's the I don't want to I mean So should we do like 6-team groups? Should we shoot for 12 teams to start out? Oh, wait. Okay, there's an idea. What if we only did 1 promotion and demotion? To start with. And then we could eventually make it 2 whenever there are more. And instead of expanding to more groups... And groups of 4, we could add more teams to the groups and go up to like 5 and eventually 6 teams per group, and then I don't know, go from there.
Oh, make a save state. You right though.
Yeah, right. That way there's some consistency. Has to be different leagues unless the groups are tiered somehow within the same league. See, that's what I was worried about. 'Cause... Right, and they both get seeded to the same tournament. It doesn't really... There's no advantage over one or the other in that scenario. They need to be playing for different things. Like, it needs to be like Group 1... Well, no, it needs to be more teams. Because if it was 6 teams per group, or even like 10 teams, and like 6 teams in the top group, and 4 teams in the bottom group, or something like that, just to start with. I'm just saying to start with, and then obviously you can refine and expand to something more structurally sound. But like, then you could have like the bottom group plays each other, and they don't have a tournament, but you know the top 2 of them I guess get promoted, and the bottom 2 of Group 1 get demoted to Group 2, which is a separate league. It's let's say League 2. And then the top 4 of League 1 are then seeded into a tournament, and that's for an actual championship. Okay, right, or like conferences in football. Okay. Oh my god, Cheb, that's such a good idea. That's like Blitz the League. That's kind of how their season structure worked in that game, if you ever played that, which is kind of where the Handsome Devils come from, so that's really cool. Holy shit. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Ooh. But yeah, okay, so I guess for soccer we would want to start with 2 conferences. And it would be the Blunder Conference and the something else. I don't know. I don't know what they would be called yet, but there would be the Good Conference and the Bad Conference. It would, but well, they would flank the bottom one. It would have a certain flow to it. To me. But yeah. Nice catch, Ricky. Up to 100. Let's go. Yeah, 3 digits. Nice. Okay, so let me. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's. Who's our top scorers? The music's kind of driving me nuts. Shotmaker with 16. Oh my gosh, the Rock's really flubbed. Oh, what was the score? Oh no. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry, Chris, be smart. Be smart. Come on, Twitch load. Be smart, be smart, be smart, be smart, be smart, be smart. Clip. Haha! I am smart. Oh, unless the fucking Twitch clip piece of shit doesn't fucking load. 37.25, thank you. Alright, delete. 37.25, philosophers come out on top. My goodness. Having some difficulties over here. Oh, I see what you're saying, Cheb. Promotions and demotions would eventually. Yeah, my bad. That's right. It would have an initial flow to it. I didn't even think. I'm so not used to that even being a thing. I am very into the idea though. All right, let me get another save state. Week 7 start. Okay. I'm not going to bother showing the stats because they're ruined now, but anyway. Next week, we've got Ballers and Rocks, Crime and Philosophers, 69ers and Basketbirds, Goaltenders and Robots. Season's only got a couple more weeks left, and then we're on to the Stoop Finals to crown our first champion. Ooh-wee. Exciting stuff. Let's hit the Stoop for a little bit and switch gears. Boom. Turn on some different music for a little bit. Okay, so let me... Now I can think. Take a sip of soda. Switch my title around and stuff. Let's stay productive. So... So rather, well, really more than two conferences for soccer, applying the major and minor league idea to it immediately is a better way to put it, maybe. But wait, oh, a tag. Hang on. Update. Oh gosh, my brain's cheesing. My brain's cheesing. It might not necessarily work to start with 8 teams like I was thinking, but you know, a small and 10 to 12 like tops. Because I want there to be room to grow. Granted, maybe 16 teams isn't the max that I thought it was. You know, we're getting better at managing stuff all the time. I definitely didn't ruin the basketball season stats today. I ruined them last week. and didn't find out until today. We're getting better at managing this stuff all the time, so the idea of having more than 16 teams isn't actually necessarily that daunting. It's kind of an interesting idea, and then soccer may necessitate it. Of course, with that many, oh man. Well, no, you just do like we do with SGFL. You just split a single week across multiple days. Oh man. Of course, that's again after it's grown a bit, but to start, it would be like I'm really keyed in on like 2 groups of 6 now, like a major league and a minor league of 6 each, and they could double round robin to 12 games, or maybe 5, and then they could double round robin to 10 to start. It's been slowly building towards this for some time now, Cheb. I mean, hasn't it? I'll stream other stuff eventually. No, I'm planning on doing a Valheim stream this week, actually. And now I've set it on air, so I guess I better stick to that. Like tomorrow or something. I was gonna hop on and do some more permadeath Valheim. And everybody's invited. No, not rip Hollow Knight, not rip KOTOR, not rip any of that stuff. We're gonna play games again. We're gonna play games again. You know, eventually. Just, you know, the sports streams are just where it's at right now, so. We're gonna get back to the Assassin's Creed series. We're gonna do all that stuff. Earthbound I actually want to play through more than ever because I want to get the retro achievements for it, at least some of them. Anyway, all right, let's take a short break. You know, bathroom break, grab a beverage, grab a snack. We've got SGFL Wednesday night games coming up. Let me make sure I got my weekly state. Yes. Bless. SGFL Wednesday night games coming up next. Got some good games. Devils at Dragons, and then the Raccoon City Bowl. Umbrella and Stars facing off in the city they share a namesake for. Should be good. Stay tuned. BRB.